Listen to me right now. You want to be the alpha? You want to walk in a room and command respect? You want people to feel your presence before you even open your mouth? I've got a question for you. Are you willing to do the work? Because most of you talking about, I want to be the alpha, but you ain't willing to put in the work to become the alpha. Let me tell you something now. Being the alpha ain't about being the biggest. It ain't about being the loudest. It ain't about having the most money. Being the alpha is about energy. It's about confidence. It's about certainty. When I walk in a room, people feel me before they see me. You know why? Because I've put in the work. I've developed myself from the inside out. Most of you are trying to do it from the outside in. That's why you're failing. That's why nobody respecting you. That's why you invisible in the room. I'm about to give you the blueprint. I'm about to show you exactly what you need to do to develop alpha energy so powerful that people feel you coming before you even arrive. But first, we got to talk about why you aren't the alpha right now. We got to talk about what's holding you back. You know what's holding you back? You are. You're holding yourself back. Most men today walking around apologizing for their existence, walking with their shoulders hunched, looking at the ground, speaking softly, trying not to offend nobody, and you wonder why nobody respects you? Let me tell you a story. When I was coming up, my daddy told me something I never forgot. He said, son, in this world, you either the hammer or the nail. You either doing the hitting or getting hit. Most of you walking around like nails, letting life hammer you down, letting other people hammer you down, letting your own thoughts hammer you down. I need you to become the hammer. But here's the problem. Society don't want you to be the hammer. They want you weak. They want you confused. They want you asking for permission to exist. You scroll through social media seeing all these fake alphas, these guys flexing muscles and money they don't have, renting cars for the gram, borrowing watches for the TikTok. That ain't alpha. That's insecurity with a filter on it. Real alpha energy comes from within. It comes from knowing yourself. It comes from mastering yourself. Let me give it to you straight. The problem is you don't believe in yourself enough to be the alpha. You still looking for someone to validate you, to approve of you, to tell you it's okay to be powerful. Stop looking for permission. Nobody gave permission to the lion to be king of the jungle. The lion took that position because of how the lion carries himself. You gotta carry yourself like the king you were born to be. I need you to understand something right now. Being the alpha starts in your mind before it shows in your body. Most of you got a mind full of dubs, full of fears, full of what if they don't like me, full of what if I look stupid, full of who am I to be the alpha. Listen to me closely. Those thoughts ain't your thoughts. Those thoughts were programmed into you by a society that benefits from your weakness. You weren't born weak, you were taught to be weak. When you were a little boy, what happened when you were too loud? They told you to be quiet. What happened when you took up too much space? They told you to make yourself smaller. What happened when you were too confident? They called you arrogant. And now you walking around as a grown man, asking permission to exist, asking permission to speak, asking permission to be seen. The alpha doesn't ask permission. I need you to reprogram your mind right now. Every morning when you wake up, I need you to look in the mirror and say, I belong anywhere I go. My presence is a gift. I don't need anyone's approval. I am the prize. Say it until you believe it. Say it until you feel it in your bones. The alpha mindset is about certainty. It's about knowing that when you walk in a room, that room is better because you're in it. Not from ego, not from arrogance, but from the genuine understanding that you bring value wherever you go. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Your mind is where it all begins. If you don't fix your thinking, nothing else matters. You can dress like an alpha, you can talk like an alpha, you can try to walk like an alpha, but if your mind is still beta, people will smell the insecurity on you. Fix your mind first. Now, let's talk about your physical presence. How you carry yourself physically tells the world how you feel about yourself internally. I need you to stand up right now, wherever you are. Stand up right now, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest up, raise your chin, take up space. How does that feel? Different, right? That's how you're supposed to move through the world, like you own the ground you're standing on. The alpha doesn't shuffle. The alpha doesn't rush. The alpha moves with purpose, with intention. Try this right now. Walk across the room slowly. Feel each step, own each step, move like you got somewhere to be, but you ain't in a hurry because the world can wait for you. Your body language speaks before your mouth does. When you walk into a room hunched over, looking at the floor, fidgeting with your hands, you telling everyone I'm not important, don't pay attention to me, is that the message you want to send? Is it? I didn't think so. Here's your new physical protocol. Shoulders back always, chin up always. Make eye contact always. Take up space unapologetically. Move deliberately, not frantically. And you need to train your body. The alpha is strong, not because size intimidates, but because strength builds confidence. I don't care if you're skinny. I don't care if you're short. I don't care if you overweight. Start training today. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, deadlifts. Build strength. When you know your body can perform, you carry yourself differently. That translates to everything you do. Let's talk about your voice. The alpha doesn't whisper. The alpha doesn't mumble. Your voice is a weapon. Are you using a butter knife when you should be using a sword? Most men today talking like they apologizing for speaking, talking fast, talking quiet, talking with that upward inflection like they asking a question even when making a statement. Stop it right now. Speak from your chest, not your throat. Feel the vibration in your chest when you talk. Speak slowly. When you rush your words, you signal that you don't believe what you're saying is important enough for people to wait for. The alpha knows his words have weight. Practice this right now. Say, I am the alpha in every room I enter. Say it like you mean it. Now say it again, but this time feel it in your chest. Project. Own it. That's the difference. Use strategic silence. Most men uncomfortable with silence, so they fill it with nervous chatter. The alpha uses silence as a tool. Say what you need to say, then shut up and let it land. And eliminate weak language from your vocabulary. No more, I think maybe. No more, I was just wondering if. No more, sorry to bother you, but. No more, if that's okay with you, but. Replace them with, I believe. I've decided this is what we're doing. Here's what's happening. Do you hear the difference? Your voice is your signature. Make it strong, make it clear, make it respected. Now we need to talk about something most alpha content never addresses. Emotional control. The true alpha isn't emotionless, but the true alpha isn't controlled by his emotions either. Let me tell you something. When everyone else in the room is panicking, the alpha stays calm. When everyone else is reacting, the alpha is responding. That's power. Most men either suppress their emotions, which makes them weak, or get controlled by their emotions, which makes them unstable. The alpha acknowledges his emotions, but doesn't let them drive the car. When someone disrespects you, your immediate reaction might be anger, but the alpha doesn't react immediately. The alpha pauses. The alpha chooses his response. Sometimes that response is confrontation. Sometimes it's strategic silence. Sometimes it's removal of presence. But it's always a choice, never a reaction. Your emotions are like fire. Fire can cook your food or burn down your house. Same fire, different control. Learn to master your emotional state through deep breathing when triggered, strategic pauses before responding, physical exercise to channel energy, daily meditation to strengthen emotional awareness. The man who can stay calm when everyone else is losing their mind is the man everyone looks to for leadership. Be that man. Social intelligence. Listen to me. The alpha isn't socially clueless. The real alpha reads the room better than anyone else. I'm not talking about being a chameleon who changes for everyone. I'm talking about having the intelligence to adapt your approach without compromising who you are. The alpha understands the context. Different situations require different expressions of alpha energy. The alpha energy you bring to a business meeting isn't the same as a nightclub. The alpha energy you bring to a family gathering isn't the same as a sports competition. But the core never changes. The certainty never changes. The presence never changes. You know why most wannabe alphas fail? Because they're socially tone deaf. They think being alpha means dominating every conversation, interrupting people, being the loudest, making everything about them. And that's not alpha. That's insecurity masquerading as confidence. The true meaning of alpha Before we conclude, I need to make something crystal clear. Being the alpha isn't about dominating others. It's about dominating yourself. The true alpha lifts others up. The true alpha creates leaders, not followers. The true alpha serves from a position of strength, not weakness. Being the alpha means taking responsibility when others make excuses, making decisions when others hesitate, speaking truth when others stay silent, standing firm when others wait for direction. The world needs men who embody true alpha energy, not toxic, not domineering, but strong, certain, purposeful. When you become this man, you don't just transform your own life, you transform every life you touch. You become the example that inspires others. You become the standard that elevates others. You become the leader that empowers others. That's the true alpha. Value creation. Here's something nobody tells you about being the alpha. The true alpha creates value everywhere he goes. You can't demand respect if you don't bring value. Period. What value are you bringing to the rooms you enter? Are you bringing solutions or just complaints? Are you bringing energy or just taking? Are you making people feel better or worse after interacting with you? The alpha elevates the room. When you walk in, the energy should rise. The conversations should get more interesting. The possibilities should expand, not because you're showing off, not because you're better than everyone, but because you consistently bring value. That value might be knowledge others don't have, connections others need, perspective others haven't considered, skills others don't possess, energy others are lacking. Figure out your unique value, then bring it consistently. When you become known as someone who makes rooms better just by being in them, you will never struggle to be the alpha again. People respect value, people follow value, people remember value, become the most valuable person in every room, and you will naturally become the alpha. Practical steps, the Daily Alpha Protocol. I'm about to give you the exact daily protocol to develop unshakable alpha presence. This isn't theory, this is the work you need to put in every single day. Are you ready? Are you ready? Morning protocol. 1. Wake up at 5 a.m. The alpha doesn't need the extra sleep. The alpha is hungry for life. 2. Cold shower immediately. Train your body to embrace discomfort. When your body knows it can handle physical shock, your mind becomes more resilient to social pressure. 3. Physical training. Minimum 30 minutes. Strength and mobility. Your body is the vehicle for your energy. Keep it strong. 4. Visualization. See yourself walking into rooms with power. See people responding to your presence. Feel the certainty in your body. Program your mind for success. 5. Voice training. Practice speaking from your diaphragm. Record yourself saying, "I am the alpha" in every room and listen back. Adjust until your voice commands attention. Daily practices. 1. Make eye contact with everyone you encounter, cashiers, colleagues, strangers. Hold it slightly longer than comfortable. This builds your comfort with human connection. 2. Take up physical space. Sit with your legs comfortable, not crossed. Stand with feet shoulder width apart. Gesture naturally. Own your space. 3. Make 3 decisions without seeking input from anyone. Start small if needed. What to eat, what to wear, what route to take. Build your decision muscle. 4. Initiate conversations with strangers, not from neediness, from leadership, from certainty. How's your day going with strong eye contact and definitive energy? 5. Practice strategic silence. When in conversation, make your point, then shut up for 3 full seconds. Don't fill the silence. Own the silence. Evening protocols. 1. Review your day. Where did you show up as the alpha? Where did you shrink? No judgment, just awareness. 2. Write down 3 alpha actions for tomorrow. Be specific. I will speak up in the team meeting. I will maintain eye contact with the client. I will take the lead on organizing the event. 3. Affirmation with conviction. Look in the mirror and declare, I am the alpha. I bring value. I command respect. I lead with certainty. 4. Gratitude practice. The true alpha isn't desperate. The true alpha comes from abundance. Acknowledge what you already have. Digital detox, no phone, no social media, no TV for at least 30 minutes before sleep. day, not for a week, not for a month, forever. This isn't a temporary fix. This is a lifestyle transformation, overcoming resistance. Now listen to me closely. As you implement this protocol, you will face resistance, external and internal. People are used to the old you. When you start showing up differently, they will try to pull you back down. They'll say, who do you think you are? Where you're acting different? You're not being yourself. You know what that really means? It means you're making me uncomfortable by growing while I stay the same. Don't listen to them. The biggest resistance will come from inside you. That voice saying, this feels fake. People will think I'm trying too hard. I'm not really an alpha. That voice is fear. That voice is your old programming trying to keep you small. Push through it. When you feel that resistance, that's when you double down. That's when you stand even taller, speak even more clearly, take up even more space. The resistance is a sign you're growing. The resistance means you're making progress. Most men feel that resistance and retreat back to their comfort zone. That's why most men never become the alpha. Be different. Push through. You feel uncomfortable at first. It might feel like you're acting. That's normal. Every new behavior feels unnatural at first. Remember learning to drive, how awkward it felt? Now you do it without thinking. Being the alpha is the same. Practice until it becomes who you are, not what you do. The true meaning of alpha. Before we conclude, I need to make something crystal clear. Being the alpha isn't about dominating others. It's about dominating yourself. The true alpha lifts others up. The true alpha creates leaders, not followers. The true alpha serves from a position of strength, not weakness. Being the alpha means taking responsibility when others make excuses, making decisions when others hesitate, speaking truth when others stay silent, standing firm when others wait for direction. The world needs men who embody true alpha energy, not toxic, not domineering, but strong, certain, purposeful. When you become this man, you don't just transform your own life, you transform every life you touch. You become the example that inspires others. You become the standard that elevates others. You become the leader that empowers others. That's the true alpha. I want you to understand something right now. This transformation won't happen overnight. It won't happen in a week. It won't even happen in a month. Real transformation takes consistent effort over time, but I promise you this, if you implement this protocol daily, if you push through the resistance, if you commit to becoming the alpha from the inside out, you will transform. People will feel your presence when you enter a room. People will listen when you speak. People will respect your boundaries. People will follow your lead, not because you demand it, but because you've earned it through the work you've put in. This is your moment. This is your opportunity. This is your challenge. Will you step up? Will you do the work? Will you become the alpha you were born to be? The choice is yours. But know this, once you experience what it feels like to walk into a room and command respect without saying a word, once you experience what it feels like to speak and have people actually listen, once you experience what it feels like to lead with certainty instead of following with doubt, you will never want to go back to the old you. If this message lit a fire in you, if you're ready to do the work to become the alpha in every room you walk into, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to Alpha Rise. Turn on notifications. We're building an army of men who refuse to be average, who refuse to be invisible, who refuse to apologize for their power. Are you one of them? I believe in you. Now it's time to believe in yourself. Get to work.